Hey guys, it's Kiki Couture back with the update for my transition to natural. Finally, I have an opportunity to do an update because I have been getting so many questions as to, did you relax your hair? Are you still transitioning? So I did not update you guys at 4 months, and there's a reason for that because I was about to just give up. I was about to relax my hair, and I'm just being totally honest with you guys. I was getting ready to relax my hair, not for the sole purposes of having straight hair, because I get bored with my straight hair after a while, and I put it up in a bun like I have today. But just for the manageability of combing through my hair, detangling my hair with ease, I was just about to give up. Like, I was like literally struggling, like, you know, tears coming to my eyes. Like, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And then, you know, of course I have some positive subscribers like Shay D. Jones and many others, but I'm not sure if people want me to mention their names in my videos, so I'll just keep it at that. But I was really about to give up, you guys, so don't think that you're in the boat alone with transitioning, because I'm here with you guys as well. It's not easy. No one says that transitioning was easy. No one said that relaxed hair is easy. No one said that natural hair is easy. It's just basically something that we deal with on our hair journey. Okay, so I have been getting a lot of questions as to how I maintain my hair. You know, some people say, oh, your hair looks so easy to detangle. No, no, no. My hair mats up when it's wet. It tangles, it knots up, like all of the above. Everything that you're going through, I'm going through as well. But as the weeks progressed, I learned how to, you know, master the transitioning phase. You have to watch how you handle your hair as far as detangling goes. Like, I wash my hair and I detangle with every step. Like, I'll pre-poo my hair before I shampoo. I'll detangle it before I, you know, shampoo, wash my hair. Once I shampoo, wash my hair. And when I'm washing my hair, I'm washing my hair like in this downward motion. Like, I'm like kind of like pressing my hair down. I'm not like roughing my hair up. I'm holding my hair at the ends and going in and massaging my scalp, and that's just so my hair won't twirl up or knot up or tangle up. And I have tons of videos on this, you guys. I'm not saying that it's going to work for everyone, but I do have videos on how to detangle your hair. But I pretty much wash my hair in a downward motion to keep my hair from frizzing up. And I just watch how I handle my hair. Once I get the conditioner in my hair, I put a whole lot of conditioner, and I'm detangling my hair as well. And when I get my deep conditioner, and I'm detangling my hair with the deep conditioner in it too. And once I rinse that out and I'm air drying my hair, I basically detangle it and put it in 4 ponytails, and I twist my ends so that my hair stays smooth, flat, and frizz-free. So it's plenty of methods you can try for keeping your hair looking straight when it's actually, you know, frizzy, or, you know, you're going through the transitioning stage. Because I had some questions as to, how do you get your hair looking so straight without flat ironing it? Right now it's lightly pressed, but if I did not press it at all, it would still look the same way. Like, it would still be some texture in here, and it's because I do my stretch method. So I am going to answer some of the questions. Like, I had someone say that they wanted to transition, but they're in high school and they don't want to walk around nappy headed. Now, you know, how I feel about that is, you know, if you go back and look at my videos, I am not nappy headed. Like, you look at some of the videos that I have, all of the transitioning styles, I'm not nappy headed, and there's so many other transitioners that are not nappy headed. Like, and even if, you know, I label myself as being, you know, nappy headed, I love my hair. So you kind of got to find that balance between your confidence and not letting other people deter you from your goal. If you want to transition, you want to become natural, you got to, like, mature in your mind as well. You gotta kind of prepare for it. And you can't let other people influence you, because they don't really know what it's like to be on a hair journey, especially if they're going to be calling you nappy-headed or they're going to be talking about your hair. First of all, they're not paying your bills. They're not paying for school for you. They're not buying you food. They're not, doing anything to, show some positivity. They're only being negative. So you cannot pay those type of people any mind. Also, I had someone say that the longest that they stretched was 4 months, and they were thinking about becoming natural, and they have fine texture hair, but when they go to their stylist, they tell them that they should relax their hair. Now, I'm going to be honest. If I was to go to my stylist right now, she would probably say, relax your hair. Now, relaxers is something that is embedded into people's minds, that if your hair is not straight, that it is just not right. So I would say to you that being on your hair journey, you kind of got to take care of your hair for yourself, get to know your hair, because the next person is not going to know how to take care of your hair like you take care of your hair. They're not going to put in the time and effort to do the valuable research that is needed for transitioning, for relaxed hair journeys, for texlaxing or natural hair journeys. So even though they're licensed professionals at hair, that doesn't mean that they know everything about hair. So you kind of got to see where you want to be. I can't, tell you to go natural. That is something that you have to decide from within yourself if you want to, stop using relaxers. Either way, if you relax your hair or you transition to natural, your hair is still going to be healthy if you're taking care of your hair, you're practicing good hair care practices. So if your hair is already fine and you want that thickness, the extra thickness, you may want to transition. But you were saying that your hair is prone to breakage because it's fine and thinner textured. You may want to use some protein, but not too much. You don't want a protein overload. But to strengthen your hair, to keep your hair strong, you might want to do some protein treatments. And you want to follow up with a balancing moisturizer after you do a protein treatment. And I also encourage to use coconut oil for breakage. So you kind of got to watch how you handle your hair, whether you have thin, fine, or coarse hair, because all hair can break. It doesn't matter if the strands are thin or thick. All hair can break. So I have been getting some other questions, so I wrote them down so I can just go through it right off the bat. When you're natural, do you plan to heat train? Okay, heat training is basically you're flat ironing your hair as much as possible, but not flat ironing to the point where you will heat damage your hair. Like, you will flat iron your hair maybe once a week, and that will kind of elongate your curl pattern. Your curl pattern won't be as tight as possible. And the answer to that question is I won't be heat training my hair. I still flat iron my hair once a month. That's just, what I do. I do still love my straight hair, even though I am transitioning. But, after a while, I kind of get bored with my straight hair, so I just pull it up in a ponytail. So the answer to that question is I will not be heat training my hair. Okay, so the next question that I have got was, what length do you want to be when you chop the rest of your relaxed ends off? I haven't thought about that yet, because this question goes into what the next question is, and it's how long will you be transitioning? My initial thought on transitioning was to be 2 years without a relaxer, and then I would cut my relaxed ends off. But I kind of figured that when you're transitioning, you're just going to go with the flow. It kind of, you kind of know when you want to chop off the rest of your relaxed ends, so you really can't put a time frame on when you will cut your relaxed ends off. I personally just know I want to transition long term. My long term might not be your long term, vice versa. So I plan on transitioning for 2 years, but we'll see how that goes. As far as where I want my length to be when I cut off the relaxed ends, I don't want my hair to be short, because I'm working hard at my hair, and I've been on this hair journey for 8 months now, almost 9 months, and I know I don't want my hair to be short when I chop my relaxed ends off. So my natural hair would have to be at least shoulder length or longer for me to actually chop my relaxed ends off. So that's the answer to both of the questions. I'll be transitioning for 2 years, and I'll probably chop my hair off when my natural hair is shoulder length or longer. But I'll know when I want to cut it off. And yeah, so how I'm dealing with the transition, because it's not a lot of people that know about transitioners and natural hair where I'm from. Like my boyfriend, he's never dealt with anyone that's natural, but he does enjoy natural hair. He's seeing me go through this transition. He's seeing my natural curl pattern that I didn't know I had, and he didn't know I had as well. So when he see my curls, he is just like in the mirror with me, like, oh my God, look at your curls, it's coming in. So he's excited with me. It's something new for him. You're kind of skeptical about it when it's something new, but he's being supportive as much as possible. But of course you have some people, like his friend, for instance. He looked at the back of my neck and pointed and started laughing and said, Kia, you funny. And I didn't know what he meant by that, but like my natural, the back of my nape was bald, and now it started growing back in. So pretty much that hair is natural. So let me show you what he was laughing at. Pretty much when it was short, it was like BDDs to him, like peas in the back of my neck in my kitchen. So he was laughing at that. It was funny to him, but I had to let him know about it, because people are going to be ignorant if they don't know anything about natural hair. So you just kind of got to give them a little chit chat about it, but you don't have to go into detail. I have some tips for you all as far as transitioning. And the first tip is, do not comb through your new growth just on a regular day. Only comb through your new growth on wash days. And make sure to, comb, detangle before each step. Detangle before you shampoo. Detangle your hair with conditioner in it. Detangle your hair while running water is running down on your hair. Detangle your hair with deep conditioner in it. Detangle your hair and do the stretch method into 4 sections, 2 sections, however you want to do it. But do not repeatedly comb through your new growth on a daily basis, because this will only manipulate your line of demarcation where the new growth and the relaxed hair meet, and you will cause breakage there. So that's tip number 1. And tip number 2, no water-based moisturizers, you guys. I learned this just through trial and error. I cannot put water-based moisturizers on my new growth, because it will make my new growth shrink back up. It kind of makes it hard to manage. So this is what I use on my new growth. I use 2 different things on my new growth, and it's the Eli Hair and Scalp Shea Butter, and it's the 100% Original Shea Butter by Eli. And these are all natural ingredient products. And this is how this one looks. Okay. And I also use these to moisturize my hair, the ends of my hair. And this is how this one looks. Okay. So these will keep your new growth moisturized, and it will not make it shrink back up and hard to manage. So the next tip is something that I learned through just watching a lot of naturals, and it's to treat your hair as if it was already natural. Do not try to blend your natural hair with your relaxed hair, meaning do not try to flat iron your natural hair to blend in with your relaxed ends. Try to blend in your relaxed ends with your new growth, and you can do that by doing braid outs, twist outs, bantu knot outs, and pretty much just wearing your hair in protective styles. And another tip, and a lot of people use this, is treat your hair like fine lace. Take your time with your hair. Use your wide tooth comb, start at the ends, and just treat your hair like fine lace. And we all know that lace can rip easily, so that's where that term comes from. Another tip is wash your hair when you're not busy. Wash your hair when you're not busy. That way you're not rushing to, detangle your hair. You're not going to, you know, rip through your hair. You're just going to be taking your time. So make sure you have nowhere to go so that you can just use that time to get to know your hair and pamper your hair and, you know, treat it like fine lace. Another tip is on your last rinse, whether it be your deep conditioner or your conditioner, use cold water or cool water. This will seal your cuticles and allow for your hair to be frizz free, okay? And if you need any help with that as well, like, you can add this. This is what I use to keep my hair smooth and frizz-free. It's Icy Fantasia Frizz Buster. This is just basically a non-oily, greasy, non-sticky serum. So you can use this to control your frizz, and I like this. So also, if you have a problem with detangling, try to use like a detangling spray. These two is what I use, and I forgot I had these. So the times that I was struggling, I'm like struggling, and I forgot I had detangling spray. Signs of a product junkie, right? You forget what you have so much stuff. But I use these two here, Mane and Tail Detangler, and I use the Silk Element Silk and Child Detangler spray. So if you guys need to detangle your braid outs, twist outs, bantu knots, or you're just having a hard time detangling your hair while it's wet, you can use this in your wide tooth comb and it should slide through with ease. So detangling spray, you guys, I would recommend that while transitioning or whenever you have time or a hard time detangling your hair. Always, you know, moisturize and seal your hair. Of course, we all know this. I showed you the two Eli moisturizers, but this is my whipped shea butter that I use on my new growth and my ends as well. And I have a video showing how to make this whipped shea butter. Okay? And it's very like a creamy consistency. So I made this shea butter. If you want to see the video, I'll put a post right here somewhere or here. But you can use that on your skin as well. For your edges, I have been asked, how do you lay your edges down? You know, how do you get them to look straight versus curly? I would recommend using a moisturizer first. Use a moisturizer first. Then, over top of the moisturizer, add your gel of your choice. I would prefer something non-alcohol. I use 100% pure aloe vera gel, fragrance-free. And I use a soft brush. I don't use like a hard brush on my edges. And before I go to bed, I tie them down like with something small around my perimeter. And then I'll tie my scarf over top of it. So that way my edges is not ripping through. Like if my scarf come off, my edges is not rubbing against the pillow or whatever have you. So that your edges are protected at all times. So another thing is protective styles, which I've talked about. Try to wear your hair in as many protective styles as you can possibly wear it. You know, try not to want to have your hair down all the time. Like, you will retain more length by wearing protective styles and such as buns, braid outs, twist outs, bantu knot outs, you know, French braids and cold rod sets. Just protective styles like, you know, weaves and wigs and stuff like that. I don't wear wigs, and I am the weave queen. I gave myself a pass for 1 year to be weave free. So you guys will be seeing me after September the 9th with maybe a sew-in. I will never add glue back into my hair, but I'll be showing you guys how to do sew-ins because my weave game is on point. That's something that a lot of people don't know, that I am very good at doing hair. I'm not a professional, but I'm very good at doing sew-ins, glue-ins, just hair in general. So excuse my dog, he's barking. His name is Duke and he's snapping. But anyways, yeah, so I gave myself a year pass, so you guys will be seeing more tutorials on protective styles such as weaves. You know, I don't really wear wigs anymore, but yeah, the only reason why I decided not to do weaves like sew-ins is because I can't take care of my hair how I would want to take care of my hair with the sew-in. I can't get to my hair how I want to get to it. And so I made this little pledge to go a whole year without a sew-in, which is pretty hard for me to do, but you guys, I'm almost there. July, August, September, 3 more months, and I've been a 1 year weave free. Also, I wanted to talk about something that I was going to mix up for softening my new growth, and that's vegetable glycerin. This is a humectant, so it would draw moisture. Now, you can do a spritzer with this. Let me show you that again. You can do like maybe 40% water and maybe 15% glycerin, and you can add a couple of drops of your favorite fragrance. I would probably use rosemary oil. You can use peppermint oil, whatever fragrance oil that you like. And you can use that as a spritzer when your hair is damp after you finish washing, conditioning, and deep conditioning. And this will keep your new growth extra soft. That's something that I learned as well. So pretty much that's it for my transitioning to natural. I'm five months post relaxer, so 20 weeks and 2 days post right now, and I'm just super excited that I got through this far, and I'm just looking forward to what another 5 months will bring me. And it's getting easier as time goes by because I'm learning more and I'm becoming more patient with my hair. I'm building a relationship with my natural hair, and I'm loving my natural hair texture. I pretty much have coils, and it's like a really the smallest ringlet that you can ever think of possible. That's how my curl pattern is. So, you know, I'm loving my hair. I'm embracing the hair that I was born with, and that's pretty much what I can say to most of the people who are thinking about transitioning. Like I said in my first video when I told you all that I was going to transition, my initial thoughts was not to get you all to transition. I'm not trying to persuade anybody to transition. If you want to transition, that's fine. If you want to stay relaxed, that's fine as well. You're still going to have healthy hair. You're on a healthy hair journey, so I'm pretty sure that you guys are taking care of your hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll have pictures of my new growth as well as a couple of clips of my new growth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little update and tips that I had for you all. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay blessed, stay consistent, dedicated, focused, and happy, positive, and everything else and above, and you will achieve all of the goals that you want, all of the goals that you set forth. And I love you all.